Hi, this is Blockchain Brad. Welcome to another episode of the Sui Move Smart Contact Development Series. Today we're going to be talking about watch and time. So yeah, let's get into it. So many applications need to know their correct time. For example, when you're looking at assets, artificial dates, when you're going daily rewards, when you're measuring period of stakes, you need time. And in Sui, there are two ways to measure time. First of all is Epoch, and secondly is the time. So in Epoch is system defined periods. So first of all, each epoch it is validator fixed. So each epoch is fixed by a validator. So it depends on the validator. So right now, I think on Sui, the current epoch, one epoch is about 2 weeks. Or if you're on DevNet, I think right now DevNet is in epoch 10. But DevNet, I think DevNet lasts for about 7 days. So the DevNet epoch is not really you cannot really get the epoch because it's actually decided by the validators, and I think DevNet refreshes after 7 days. So let me switch to I know for minutes, one epoch is about 2 weeks. So on testnet when epoch is 31, why you start I think on devnet when 10, where here is 31. So I think on minutes we are in the lower epoch, I think. So yeah, on minutes we are in that was minutes. On testnet when is 31, and on minutes minutes we are in epoch 8:59. So but yeah, I know that one epoch is equal to 2 weeks. So epoch usually um validator sets. So it sets by the validator, so it can change. So to get a epoch, I told you before, to get your current epoch, you can get it from cash context. You can do CTS epoch. Let's say you're looking at assets, or maybe you're staking an asset. So most times epoch actually use for staking. So you're staking an asset, you actually get the epoch time of the epoch with CTX or epoch. Maybe you can set the epoch periods. So that's one use case. And maybe if you want to get maybe a limit in 4 hours using applications, maybe daily taking, you can use Epoch. So let's go back to VS Code. Let me give an example. So let's say um let me create a stock and let me name it vaults. Now let's do something like this, and let's see our vault can lock anything of type T. It has the key ability, ID of type UID, ID. So let's say let's put a lock epoch here. Lock, and let's go epoch here, and let's use a type of U64. And let's put what I want to lock. So let's say item going to be T. So let me create a function, public locked, sorry, public fun. I will create vault. We're going to pass in an item of let's say C, and also with actual context. And here you have to specify our item going to be of type T, and it's going to have restore ability, because you're going to put in a global storage. Now let's create the vault. Let's see, let's vault is equal to vault, and this vault is going to be of type T. So item, or I is going to be object new. We will pass in an actual context. Then for our lucky pouch, we can get our lucky pouch. Let's see. Want to lock it for the next 5 epoch, I can just say CTX dot epoch. That is set plus epoch plus. Let's see, I'll lock it for the next 5 epoch. Then the item here, when I pass in the item, we want to lock in. So right now you see that I got the current Epoch plus 5 Epoch. So I want to be able to lock this item for the next 5 Epoch if I can use it. So let me transfer. So if it was maybe we're in minutes, so maybe we're locking this for the next 10 weeks because one Epoch costs 6 weeks. So we want to lock this thing for the next 10 weeks. That's one way of unlocking. So we can just transfer and say transfer. Let me just give it let me just transfer it. Transfer and votes. We're sending the votes to sender. So we can write a love function again, and we're going to name this function destroy votes. So probably from destroy votes. So now I'm going to take the votes of which is going to be votes of type T. So we're going to specify our T here, and we're going to pass out the actual context again. So T is equal to unmute x context. So now right now we can just assert to show that okay, we want to always lock it, or want to we only able to call this function if it has been unlocked. If it has gotten the specific import, so I can say import ctx dot import. So if I go to that particular time is greater than or equal to, let's say, volt dot lock import. That's when I want to be able to that's when I want to be able to unlock to destroy the vault. So I see I can now destroy the vault. So I can now do I'll destructory stops now. So I'll say let's vault of type T. I'm going to destructure it. So I'll take the ID. I'll get the lock watch, and I'll be able to get the item. Now it now be equal to vaults. Now I can now destroy the ID. How you can destroy the vault? How you can delete? I can now send the how you can delete. And now I cannot transfer the item to the user. So let me just do transfer, then probably transfer, so able to transfer the object. So I just take the item and transfer it to text.sender. Then I want to also make sure that this T is going to have the key and the stability. So right now this function works. So this one we don't need, so I'll just give it underscore 2 because we don't need it again. So right now this is for the first one, which is going to be Epoch. So let me deploy smart contract. So let's deploy smart contract. So let's publish it. So successfully publish the smart contracts here. So now let's create a new vault. So to create a new vault, I'll pass in an item. So let me create for lab faucet again. So I want to log Sui. So let me create for lab faucet to log that faucet inside the vault. So we successfully create for faucets. So I'll come here and do Sui clients call. Then I'll put in a package. Let me come here and get our package ID here. Go back to our terminal. Then I'll put our module, which is going to be time. Then function, which is going to be create votes. Then also args, which I'm going to pass in our coin here. So I'll show here, I'll copy the second coin over here. Then also I'll be passing in our type argument. So I'll put type args, the type argument. So it's going to be of type coin Sui. So to get our type argument, all the best is to do is let me just come over here and go to Explorer. Let me switch it back to DevNet over here and paste the coin ID. So here I can just get the type here, going back here, I can just put it over here, and I'll make sure I put it in quotes so that our terminal does not get it confused. So let me run the function right now to create our vault. So you successfully created the vault here. If I come here, come to created objects and copy the object ID. Right, come over here right now. Let's check our current epoch. You guys see our current epoch is epoch 10. So let me paste it here and see our next epoch. It should be epoch 15. Come over to fields here. Look at it now, 15. So it's always gets to epoch 15. And this is going to because I did current epoch plus 5, so epoch 15 doesn't be able to unlock the object. If I go back to our function and try to unlock the object, if I come here now and try to call the story vault function. So let me copy this and pass in our vault ID. And let me try to call the story vault function. It's going to fail. Story. Let's go. Vault. So now look at it. It failed because it said aborted at line 21. These are line 21. Aborted because right now it's not going to our current epoch. So another way of doing things again, it's using clock. So if you want to get the precise time, right now using epoch. So if you want to get the precise time, there's a clock package from Sui. So we can use that to get the precise time. And to do that now, instead of using epoch here, so let me just come here and call this unlock time ms. So ms, that's for millisecond. It's going to be of type P64. So I'm going to change everything here. So unlock time ms. Unlock time ms and unlock time ms. But right now, let's import the clock. So use Sui clock, the clock module from Sui. So right now, we can pass that to our function, the clock. So take note of something. While passing clock object, pass it as an immutable reference. So we're passing it as an immutable reference. If you pass clock as immutable reference, it would fail. So when passing clock objects, pass it as an immutable reference. If you pass it as an immutable reference, don't pass it as mute here. Your function is going to fail while calling it. So use immutable reference. So what we can do right now, can get out. So for a long time, you can maybe see something like clock dot time milliseconds plus you add the milliseconds. So one thing you can also do is to come here. I think the website that converter, this unique time converter. Let's say I want to unlock it the next let's say I want to unlock it by let's say by 7. So I can come here and I convert this to milliseconds. So I can just copy this timestamp here and maybe I can just specify my unlock time here. So when I'm creating the votes, I can just come here and put my unlock I come in and specify my unlock time milliseconds here. It's going to be of type U64. So automatically it will pass to my function. And right now I might not have to need to put this clock here. So maybe it's when I want to unlock here, I can just come in and specify my clock. So I'll come in and specify my clock objects. Clock. And just like I said, just passing an immutable reference of the clock object. So right now I had come here and see instead of status epoch and come here and see clock dot time milliseconds is greater than pulse dot unlock time milliseconds here. So make sure that it gets that particular time before locking. So here let me also put the lock time. So here and put the lock time. So maybe let me find a way for us to like use that clock milliseconds. Let me put the lock time ms for milliseconds here, and it's going to be type U64. So let me still passing my clock objects here. So it's passing my clock object is going to be an immediate reference. Then here I can come here and put my lock time ms will now be equal to clock dot time milliseconds. I think that works. Then here also I have to put my clock lock time milliseconds here. There you go. So it's going to paste this as lock time milliseconds here. So that will be it. So now I can publish my smart contract and let's try it and see. So for this clock now, it isn't this to get our precise time. And also for the epoch, I want to measure something. I think I also do something like TTX dot I think epoch time milliseconds. So if to get the time millisecond of the epoch also you can do that. Let's say you want to get the millisecond of the epoch or this present epoch, you can use that also. So you can just play around with it to see what the different values gives. So now let me try to replace my contact again with the clock milliseconds. So this clock used to get precise timing rather than just using epoch for weeks. So let me come here. What is going on? Let's wait a while. Okay. So let me request for a laugh faucet again. First of all, let me just republish. Why is the publishing? Let me request for faucets. If publish as my contact, let me copy the package ID. Then let me come back to our terminal. Let me bring back our formal code and let me replace this package here. Okay, I did not copy it. I did not copy it, so let me copy it again and paste it here. Then also let me log another Sui token here. It used to be of the same type. So right now, first of all, our first parameter is going to be the item. So which are going to be locking another Sui token here, one of our gas coins. So I'll just copy the ID. And also we have a second argument, use the unlock time millisecond. So let me just come here and copy that. Yeah, so I want it to be locked till like the 7th. Like 7 hours. That's going to be like my time is 4:31. So it's going to be like 7:31. So it's 7:31, yeah. So let me just paste it here. And also I'm going to pass in my clock object, this clock object. So this clock has a standard object of 0x6. So the clock object is 0x6. So yeah, anytime you're passing clock object to your function, just passing 0x6, that's going to be your clock object. So now let's get everything is correct for the create volts. Okay, this was the 3 volts. Sorry. Let me change the function name to create volts here. Need to create. Let's go volt. So let's see. So we've called the smart contacts here. So let's come to created objects and copy our vault ID. And let me head over to the Explorer. Let me refresh. Let me paste in our package ID. Sorry, our object ID. And if I come back to fields now, you'll see the lock time here. So yeah, this is the lock time in milliseconds. So if I just copy it here and come here and I paste the timestamp and you can convert. Look at it now. See how we locked it. So it's showing my time here. See when I locked it here. So you can actually look for me. But I think right now this one, I think it's not the right one. Yeah, so you have to make sure that when you put your millisecond, you have to use exactly what move accepts right now. So I just came here to like just explain or show you example how you can do that. So this is a millisecond, so you're on that millisecond, so you have to put it. So if I come back here and call this function right now, it would not work. So you can try to test it out, see how you can like play with this clock module. So I think it has other functions also. Clock, let's recommend for testing. Okay, these are for testing. So right now I'm not going to be showing you how to test the clock because I would not want to make things very complex right now. So when I'm actually making a video of how to test, I would show how you can test using the clock function. So because I've not really taught you to, I've not really created a tutorial on testing. I don't like just bring it in right now. So it's something tutorial I'll show how to test with clock. So that's it for clock, epoch and time. So you can come over to the move book. If you just in case you might need to test, come down here, you see how they show that you can test using the clock package and the module. The clock module, I can test the clock module. Can come here and read more about the clock and epoch if you want to. So that will be it for this tutorial video. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section or put them. Come over to my DMs. My social media handles will be in the description below. So thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial video. Bye.